The United States is experiencing a period of strong political division and rising uncertainty as President Donald Trump faces renewed controversy. Recent events have sparked debate over his leadership, his public statements, and the direction of his administration. The latest controversy began with a fatal federal law enforcement shooting in Minnesota. In early 2026, Minnesota became the focal point of national debate over immigration enforcement, law and order, and presidential authority. At the center of the controversy was President Donald Trump's decision to send federal immigration agents in the state after repeated failures by local leadership to enforce federal law. For years, Minnesota's governor and mayor of Minneapolis, both outspoken critics of President Trump, have resisted cooperation with federal immigration authorities. Their policies limited coordination with ICE and signaled open opposition to the Trump administration immigration agenda. President Trump argued that the resistance created dangerous conditions, allowing criminal activity to go unchecked and forcing the federal government to step in. When state and local leaders refused to follow federal direction, Trump authorized ICE to act independently to enforce the law. ICE agents were deployed to Minnesota to carry out their legal duty, enforcing federal immigration law. According to federal officials, agents face hostile environments, interference from activists, and lack of cooperation from local authorities. During one enforcement action, a confrontation occurred that resulted in a fatal shooting. Federal authorities stated that the agents acted in self-defense during a dangerous situation, an explanation consistent with the risks law enforcement officers face when operating in jurisdictions that openly oppose them. Almost immediately, Minnesota's governor and mayor publicly condemned President Trump and ICE before investigations were completed. Rather than supporting law enforcement, local leaders amplified activist narratives and cast doubt on federal agents. President Trump responded forcefully, arguing that anti-Trump local leadership had created chaos by refusing to uphold the law, then exploited the incident politically to attack his administration. Supporters of President Trump raised serious concerns about how the incident was framed. Activists rapidly circulated selective footage, organized protests, and shaped the public narrative within hours, raising questions about political motivation. Given the openly anti-Trump stance of Minnesota's leadership, many believe that the situation was used or even deliberately escalated to undermine federal authority and discredit the administration's immigration enforcement efforts. While investigations continue, the speed and coordination of the response fueled skepticism about whether this was a genuine tragedy or a political engineered controversy. President Trump has remained consistent. Federal law must be enforced, and when local governments refuse to do their job, the federal government has both the right and the responsibility to act. He has defended ICE agents, emphasized officer safety, and warned the lawlessness follows when politics overrides the rule of law. The Minnesota controversy reflects a broader national struggle over immigration enforcement, political polarization, and trust in institutions, whether viewed as necessary federal response or an overreach fueled by political conflict. The incident underscores how quickly law enforcement actions can become flashpoints in America's ongoing political divide. As investigations continue, the truth will depend not on political alignment, but on verified evidence and accountability. Alongside the political unrest, there are growing economic concerns. For the first time since 2011, the Federal Reserve is expected to intervene in currency markets to help stabilize the US dollar. Analysts believe the US may step in to buy Japanese yen in order to support Japan's economy and prevent further financial instability. Japan is facing rising bond yields and weakening currency, signs of stress in its financial system. Similar actions have happened before, most notably in 1985 during the Plaza Accord, when major countries worked together to weaken the US dollar. While such moves can help trade and economic growth, they can also lead to sudden market volatility. Markets today are already at record highs, which increases the risk of sharp declines if currencies move too quickly. A stronger yen could force investors to sell assets, leading to losses across global markets. In conclusion, the United States is facing serious political and economic challenges at the same time. As the nation remains deeply divided and global markets grow more unstable, the decisions made in the coming months could have lasting effects on American politics, the economy, and the country's role in the world. I am Lovely Montoya of Manila STV.